Check. January 1st, 2026. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing here? We are fucking on air. Let me get my little switch. Hold on. Whoa, the hair is really slicked back today.
Yeah, it is.
I did not do that intentionally, by the way. I did not do that intentionally. What's up, everybody? Good morning. How we doing? W Jeff, W YouTube, W Pickett. Happy New Year, 2026. All ruined with the name The Fake Sharp. He's got the point. I actually really like the point emoji.
Yeah, it's actually underutilized.
That's one of the better emojis I think that's out there right now, and we need to see more of that. Oh, you know what's really interesting? In the StreamYard chat, Steak, you're looking at StreamYard, right? Well, yeah, you're not looking at Twitch. You only see YouTube comments.
Yeah, if you're in the Twitch, there's 50 of you. Go to the Pickett Sports YouTube channel because we're getting off Twitch real soon.
Real soon. Yeah, thank you for making that comment. Also, I did put the link in Twitch. Okay, I see Twitch. There's 56 in Twitch. Good morning, Twitch people. We are going to be live tomorrow. By the way, I spoke to Greg. Greg can probably run live tomorrow as well. But we are on Pickett YouTube. Okay. Hold on. Let me just get this down a little bit. It's a little too bright for my liking. A little too bright.
That Miami first half play.
How about it, baby? How about it? I'm loving it. Steak, you fucking cashed out yesterday. Great job. Nice job. And I'm before I glaze you, I'm going to glaze myself for a little bit.
No, let me glaze you.
Glaze me.
You made me stand on business. You made me stand on business. I was scared of the big bad Buckeyes, and you made me stand on business. And I'm so happy I did, because if I had to watch that game with all the Miami glazing I've been doing and I didn't stand on business, I just would have went into the new year feeling like the biggest bitch on earth.
That's what fucking friends are for. Okay, that's what friends are for. We say it all the time, dude. We've been doing this for years. We've been streaming for years. You have been joining. You probably, would you say you've joined for the last 2 years?
Yeah, God, it feels like at least 2 years. Yeah,
I'd say you've joined for 2 years. And what do we always say at the end of the day when we after we're done streaming, we have our takes, we have our thoughts, we have our fun. Then the day happens, the events happen, the results happen. The next day we get up here and we talk about how fucking soft we are. And we talk about it all the time. And we're like, man, remember back in the day when we used to just not be bitches and fucking be a little bit more gunslingers, you know, like fucking Aaron Rodgers on third down. Hate to say that, but that's kind of what he's like. Fuck it. Don't be conservative. And that was great. I'm glad you did it though. Okay. It takes two to tango. I'm glad you did it. And really all that happened was you leaned into a read that you had before there was a snap of football taken. You said it, man. You said I watched that video back that you retweeted. And I said, bro, their defense was so bad. Even with Cam Ward, they sucked. And you were like, yeah, but how can they get any better on any worse on defense? Their defense has to get better. And Carson Beck, we'll talk about the game in a second, but Carson Beck, he's not the best quarterback out there, but he's experienced and he's a winner. He's won games. You tweeted his record. So great job. And also why do we got a lot of Ohio State people in here. OHIO. Why are we so scared of big bad Ohio State and fucking Julian saying after what did they really show us? 14-7 against a dog shit Texas team. And you got, you lost to Indiana. You did nothing to Indiana. Why are we scared of them?
They're worth discussing for sure.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know how good Ohio State is. It's hard.
I agree.
Ohio State is just because they beat the piss out of Rutgers, UCLA, and Purdue, and Northwestern, and Illinois. Because I respect the Big Ten. I'm not an SEC slurper, even though I should be because I'm from the South. But one thing for sure, the Big Ten has a weak ass bottom. Weak bottom.
Sure does.
Bottom of the Big Ten is trash.
Yep, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. Julian saying is a twink that's addicted to Snapchat. What's up, little shoot 'em up, Deshaun in YouTube? Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I thought my scouting report on Julian Sane was actually pretty accurate. and we look at people in the face, and he looks like a baby. He's got baby face. Riley Leonard had baby face. Will Howard even kind of had baby face, but he throws a nice ball. Yeah. He throws a nice ball. He's got potential to be a good quarterback. But what was he lacking? The dog.
Yeah, he was lacking the dog. Also, he made the mistakes that Carson Beck didn't make. And Carson Beck put his body on the line on 3rd and 12 and picked up a massive 3rd down that they maybe don't win that game if he doesn't do that.
3rd and 11, but it was still, nonetheless, it was a great play. I want to talk about that game. There were a couple things about that game. But before we do, Steak, if you are watching right now, what's up, Rage? How you doing? Indiana -7. I'm a little concerned about Indiana today, but we're going to be on Alabama hate watch. What's up, Tim Delaney? Happy New Year's, boys. Let's have a year. Yep, you made it to the Perry. Good morning, Mr. Sunday. Yep, let's go. Rest first, Rust King. Thank you. We're on that dark and clear today. What does that mean? What's up, Andrew Hill? What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys jumping in here. W name change. Thank you very much. W graphic had to have the Guinness. Yep, sure did. If you are on I love firing up I don't know why I said almost fucking Alan Sharp. Alan Dims. What's up, Brian Maith? Happy New Year to you as well. Hope you guys had a great New Year's. Hope you were safe. Hope you're not too hungover. Hope nobody drove late and everybody took Ubers. If you are watching, we are on the Pickett YouTube channel. I see there's over 60 people that followed instructions and are on here already. Twitch, we got 60 plus in here on Twitch. Thank you for joining. You got the notification. That link at the top of the Twitch chat, that is a link to join the YouTube studio on the Pickett YouTube channel. Please click that link because we are shutting down Twitter. I'm going to retweet the tweet right now from the Pickett account. Steak, did you retweet this yet?
Sure did.
Okay. That's the link to join us. We are shutting down right now.
Bye, Twitch.
Hope you come join us. Hope you come join us. Board review today, special board review for the college football playoff on the Pickett YouTube channel. Please come join us. We are going to shut down on, oh my God, I almost shut it down on the Pickett YouTube
channel. Real quick, though, if you come from the Twitch to the Pickett YouTube, say something.
Yep. Say something. Let us know so we can give you some daps. And when you get here, please subscribe and like the stream as well. But we'll remind you of that. So will little Zan, man. Go look at that. Little shoot 'em up's a dog, dude. Go like the stream on YouTube. Should have more. Yep. Twitch. We're out. Oh, look at that. Expired warranty. Yo, I'm from Twitch. Expired warranty. Thank you for joining. We're removing Twitch right now. And then next up is Twitter.
Bye, Twitter.
Bye-bye. Please come join us on the Pickett YouTube channel. Yep. And okay. Here we are. Bam. You guys, everybody in here right now. Great job. Steak, we've got a big day today. It's January 1st. It's a glorious time for football fans. By the way, my wife, I'm sure your wife did this. Our wives are kind of similar in the sports sense of she just cannot believe that she feels like there's football on nonstop.
It's definitely that time of year, but you know a line I always use.
What's your line?
It's almost over. It's always the darkest before dawn, babe.
Okay. So I said that. And then she said, yeah, but then in 3 months, you'll start talking about football again.
Yeah, well then. Enjoy the 3 months.
It really is. It's like the non-sports fan's brain cannot comprehend how it is just a nonstop thing of even when there's not football, we talk about the draft, we talk about the trades, we talk about the hires. Yeah, it just consumes us. But I always compare it to this. Sports is a lot like being a stockbroker or trader. You're analyzing companies. You're analyzing where you want to invest, what you want to buy, what you want to sell, what's got potential, what doesn't. Same shit with sports. But for some reason, we just glaze the fucking, stockbrokers out there, everybody in finance. But why? You're just moving money around. A little insider trading, which, by the way, you know what? Insider trading, I might be in on insider trading. So if anybody knows any insiders, let me know, because
we'd like to trade with them.
Yeah, we'd love to trade with them. I said if I don't get another fight, if I get a red Pickett calendar in December, I'm running for Congress and I'm going to start insider trading. Yeah. Yep. Pranav, while you are here, I just want to mention something real quick. I just want to make sure everybody knows something. Thank you for joining the Pickett YouTube channel. 105 in here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Great job. Happy New Year. Subscribe to the page, like the stream. Can we recap the games yesterday and then we'll talk about the games today? Can we do that?
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Can we not start? What's that?
Quick though.
Okay. Can we talk about Michigan, Texas for a minute?
Sure.
Okay. Pranav, love Pranav. And we don't just say that because he's pick a guy and they're a sponsor. We actually like Pranav. Pranav is a very funny hybrid of like a smart guy, no ego, not a prick, a fan, a homer, an alumni, but like actually knows ball. But yet he basically Steak, he's got like the blinders half on, half off. Would you agree? I cannot believe that he actually laddered Michigan against Texas yesterday. And he kept saying something that was so funny to me. Texas doesn't want to be here. Do you remember him saying that? I think you said it 5 times.
Yeah.
Who genuine, if Texas didn't want to be here, why would Michigan want to be there?
There's reasons.
I don't know. Arch Manning got shit on all year. If he is going to play in a bowl game, why would he not have the same motivation to try to perform well, just as if Bryce Underwood would?
Because it doesn't matter and it's different. Did you hear Arch Manning's quote after the game?
I should stop giving a fuck. No, that was what he said on the bench.
No, he said they asked him about his fucking uncle, whatever, Archie or whatever, played in the Citrus Bowl, and he said, "Actually, I think he played in 2. I don't want to play in this again."
I love that.
Yeah, but it's different because Texas had much higher expectations this year than Michigan.
Sure.
And at the end, they were still getting mentioned for the playoffs, even though we both agreed that was ridiculous. Michigan's coach ended up being awful person on top of being an awful football coach. He was an awful football coach first. And Bryce Underwood didn't have any moments of progression like Arch Manning did throughout the year. So yes, I did think Michigan had a lot more to prove. And then the Biff Poggi thing feels like they all love him. And I thought Michigan had a lot more to prove. I kind of agreed with Pranav. I didn't really think Texas wanted to be there. I liked Michigan. I also liked the over though.
Yep.
I like that they opened up the playbook, let Bryce Underwood throw 42 times.
Mm-hmm.
I have concerns about Bryce Underwood. I'm sure everybody does. There's concerns about Bryce Underwood for sure.
Okay. And now do you understand a little bit, going back to what I said about this game? Michigan is not very good. And
I don't think they are.
And you were right to an extent. It starts with the quarterback. And Bryce Underwood might be a below average quarterback. He might.
He might be. He's going to get another chance, but it's possible that he is, yes.
Right. If you're talking about hype, correct me if I'm wrong. Arch Manning hype through the roof. Like, this guy was supposed to be the number 1 pick. But from a college perspective, Bryce Underwood came in as the 5-star number 1, not just quarterback recruit, overall recruit, correct?
Yes, he's
right. Okay. How much money is Bryce Underwood getting paid from Michigan?
A lot.
Like, would you say he's one of the most expensive players in college football?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. 100%. Is this the actual number?
It's around there. I've heard 8 million.
So this is what I'm going to tell you, and you're going to disagree with me, and everybody's going to disagree with me, and I don't give a flying fuck. Bryce Underwood and Arch Manning are not that different if you really, really break it down. I understand Arch Manning is expected to be the number 1 draft and the next great franchise quarterback, but I'm just talking college, brother. Just what they're doing in college. Bryce Underwood is supposed to be really good. He is not really good. Arch Manning is supposed to be really good. He looked really bad, but then he looked pretty good. What Arch Manning did in that bowl game yesterday deserves a little respect. It means absolutely nothing, but in a meaningless game, he put the team on his back and he fucking put his shoulder down and he ran and he made some fucking throws.
Yeah. Yeah. He makes some throws. I don't know that he's anything special, man. I know it's crazy.
Okay. But now I'm going to tie this all in. You ready? I don't know that he's anything special either, but wouldn't you say the trajectory, there is a much better chance Arch Manning will be good, live up to his hype than Bryce Underwood?
Yes.
Okay. That is very concerning if you are Michigan.
Yeah.
I
think the hype next year for Arch Manning is going to literally match the hype this year. I think it's going to be the same exact thing. They'll be top 3 in the country. He'll be the Heisman favorite. It will feel like fucking Groundhog's Day. I guarantee it.
This is it. This is what I'm getting at.
Yes, absolutely. They stick with Bryce Underwood. He's
okay.
Back next year.
Zane Felix said, listen, Sunday. It's kind of got a good ring to it. I don't think you can talk money with the new gen kids. The money thing just comes with the hype now, not really the talent. 100%, but we're talking about hype, which is another word for expectations, essentially. And if they're going to meet those, like how confident are you in them meeting those expectations? Bryce Underwood is like way far off. Arch is getting there.
Like Bryce Underwood, it cannot consistently complete passes at the collegiate level, even after a whole season.
Yep, we're getting there. We will be talking about saying in Ohio State
now because I'm ready to talk about it.
Okay. Miami wins the game 24-14. I hope Alan Dims appreciates this. Was at my in-laws for New Year's Eve, eating dinner for the first half, got home, watched the second half. I watched this morning. I rewatched the game. I rewatched the first half. I have some takeaways in this that I really, really can't wait to talk about. But first and foremost, you're a Miami guy. You had the spread. You had the money line. I'm very proud of you. Nice job. What are your thoughts from this victory of the Miami Hurricanes?
Well, the Miami Hurricanes are exactly who they are if you watch them play. It's not surprising that Carson Beck didn't throw for 300 yards. If Carson Beck was going to throw for 300 yards in this game, you would assume it was in garbage time because they're losing by 14. They ran the ball 37 times for 153 yards, and that's with sacks, including as negative rushing yards. So Mark Fletcher, an absolute dog, 19 carries, 90 yards, didn't break any records, but goddamn, I feel like he really controlled the game in the last couple drives when it was getting tight, 17-14. 14-7, both those drives, he was great. I thought Carson Beck was great. Carson Beck didn't make one mistake. And in the one time that they needed him to improvise and make a play on 3rd and 11, he did that. But really, dude, it's the defense. The defense is, and it's kind of like what we said, like, it's not that crazy. Everyone was like, oh, there's such a talent gap. There's such a talent gap. There's not such a talent gap. There's a little bit of a talent gap because Ohio State gets the premier talent in the country, and then Miami gets right under them. It's not like Ohio State and JMU, like there's a bunch of 3 stars playing a bunch of 5 stars. It's actually just a few more 5 stars playing a few less 5 stars and a bunch of 4 stars. That's what's happening. And damn, when Jeremiah Smith said that line about how if Miami put more into winning, would he have went to Miami? And he said yes. And then you see Jeremiah Smith at the end of that game. He knows everybody on Miami. Everybody. It wasn't just like a good game, I respect you. It was like, I know this dude from high school. I know 20 of these fucking guys on the Miami Hurricanes. I thought that was kind of crazy. But the knock now is, how can you tell me with a straight face that Ohio State was as good as we were saying they were all year? How could you tell me that? What would be your proof for saying that to me when they barely beat Texas, they lost to Indiana and scored 13 points, and they lost to Miami on a neutral and scored 14 points? And, I'll say it. Will Howard, they missed Will Howard. Julian Sayin kind of seemed like he wasn't ready for this moment. Will Howard was ready for the moment every single snap in the college football playoff last year. And from the Big Ten championship to this game, Sayin seemed not quite ready. Doesn't mean he won't be great next year, but that's all I got.
Yep. We'll move on from Michigan, but Bryce underthrow is really good. Mario's coaching his ass off, man. Credit where credit is due. The boys hit hard and finished strong plays. Yep. Well said. My reservation for Miami started with Mario Cristobal. I was not a big Mario Cristobal guy. And at the end of the day, as much as I wanted to bet on the Miami Hurricanes, really in both these playoff games, like them against Texas A&M, went with the under. Like them against Ohio State, went with the over. I couldn't get there because I didn't trust Mario Cristobal. Liked everything about him, else about him. Didn't really fear the opponents. I'm with you on Ohio State not being all that big and bad. I know Matt Patricia got glazed left and right for being this fucking wizard, rocket science, perfect fit defensive coordinator. Can we fucking relax? Fucking relax? I think what stood out to me the most when Miami played Notre Dame in week 1 was just those guys in the trenches for Miami. The offensive line and the defense line were just different. And it starts there, man. It starts there. If you win in the fucking trenches, you can beat anybody. They were getting push against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's defensive line's usually pretty good. Nobody was getting anything on them. And then Notre Dame's offensive line wasn't getting anything against Miami's defensive line. And I couldn't believe it. Now, I didn't follow the Miami Hurricanes all that closely throughout the entire season. I'll admit they had a little, a weak ACC schedule. So it's not like they really played any more premier games. Like the Florida game was kind of fun, whatever. Mark Fletcher, 19 carries, 90 yards, 4.7. Yeah. And I'll give credit to our guy Beeve. I don't know if Beeve is, if he is or isn't in here, but he's the only guy I really follow that bets on player props. And he bet Mark Fletcher over 40.5 rushing against Texas A&M. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
He got that in like the first quarter or something. I admittedly was not. I was familiar with Tony. I was familiar with Bain, Beck, obviously, but just the offensive line. Not familiar with this guy. I love how he runs the football. Love it. Now, I know he had a big fumble, but I love the way he runs the football. I thought Miami came into this game not scared.
Yeah.
And you got to give the head coach credit. You got to give Mario Cristobal credit.
You know what I texted our buddy Drew, who's a Hurricanes fan? It's the only thing I texted him. I said, I'm proud of Mario Cristobal. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of Mario Cristobal. Mm-hmm. You know, many reasons. One, he didn't freak out. It was like a freak out game because you're up 14-0. It's like, holy shit, we're up 14-0 on Ohio State. Then they cut it to one score. And on the drive that they cut it to one score, you put together a great drive to pick up 3 to make it 2 scores again. Then they cut it to 3, and it looked easy when they did it. So then it's 17-14. You put together another great drive. And what I love the most is that Mark Fletcher is their guy. He's a dog, and he fumbled on the first drive. And it was brutal, back-breaking fumble. They were in the red zone, and I was like, oh, my God, they looked so good up to that. Like, this is really how this game is going to go. And he gave him never stopped giving him the ball. Never didn't freak out and think like, let's get somebody else some more carries. He's fumbled, take away some carries. Like, no, that's our dog. He fumbled. And guess what they did against Texas A&M? They got the ball back to Malachi Toney after he fumbled. They fucking trust in their guys. Mario Cristobal has his guys. And I said it last year, Cam Ward had nobody. I understand Xavier Restrepo was a first-team All-American, which is a testament to Cam Ward, but what's he doing in the NFL? He's a practice squad guy, and you can't name anybody else on that Miami offense. Damian Martinez, practice squad guy. Mm-hmm. The Miami weapons are so much better this year.
Yeah, somebody keeps saying it. Or maybe they didn't say it, but this Keelan Marion guy was really good. CJ Daniels, 5 catches, 49 yards. Malachi Toney had a really pedestrian game, 5 catches, 16 yards. Did not really do much there. I thought Carson Beck looked poised. I thought he made – it's not even about the plays he did or didn't make. You're right. That scramble on 3rd and 11 where he ran and put his shoulder down was fucking awesome. I love shit like that. But he just played smart. And that's really all you need Carson Beck to do. He was a good game manager. He didn't make turnovers. I know he didn't throw an interception. I don't think he had a fumble or anything. And I was just really, really impressed with how poised he was and how well Mario Cristobal coached these guys to come into this game and not be scared. And I'll tell you something, though. I will say this. With the college football playoff, this kind of sucks for the teams with the high seeds because when you get on that neutral, you got no advantage.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure they had a little bit of an advantage because there's just no way Miami Hurricane fans were at that game like Ohio State fans were. But you're right; it's not the same as what Texas A&M had last week.
No, it's nothing. It's not the same at all. Imagine Miami playing outdoors in Columbus in December. That's awful. That's an awful mix. And
no, you're right. You're right. It's hard to argue with.
I think Miami. I mean, I texted our guy Drew this morning, the Hurricanes fan, and I said Miami can beat anybody. He said it's a Magic Johnson take. I was like, you're right. They fucking can't. It's easy to say if they just beat Texas A&M and abused Ohio State. Yeah. But I loved the jump, the pick six, the jump on the wide receiver screen from the defender. I mean, I'm assuming you saw that play, but that why doesn't that happen more often? The formation that Ohio State was in, it was like so obvious there was a receiver back there, 2 other guys that were probably going to block it. It just screamed wide receiver screen. Why not take the chance on it? That guy, I think the commentators even said like one of the smartest players on defense. High IQ, love that play.
You got snubbed the Thorpe Award apparently.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, apparently that's what they're saying.
Yeah, Ohio State line was sort of Miami kicker. Here's something I didn't understand. I didn't know that Ohio State was notorious for not having a kicker for so long. Did you know that?
Yeah, because we follow Ohio State DG. He talks about it all the time. This guy,
that's
the one they have now is awful, but Remember, I know it's a long kick. Remember the New Year's Eve game against Georgia? They kicked to win it, and it was a long kick, but he didn't get anywhere close.
Yeah. I wanted to highlight a comment real quick, and I saw that was really good. Great comment, Tim. The debate between Miami or Notre Dame was always both. I've realized something. This is a little bit of a take of mine. We don't really value field goals. What's that?
That's such a good way to put it, dude.
Yeah. Hey, did you think of that, Tim? Can I tweet that? That's good. Here's what I wanted to say that I realized, Steak, and this goes back to something we saw with our own eyeballs. We undervalue the importance of field goals before the end of the half. Mm-hmm. Those are momentum makers or breakers. And do you know? I'm going to tell you. Do you know where we saw and witnessed the field goal before halftime that changed everything?
Notre Dame, Penn State.
That's fucking right. We did. Notre Dame was getting shut out in the first half. Steve Angeli comes out, fills in for Riley Leonard, who got hurt. He went 6 for 7. He drives all the way down the field, and Notre Dame kicks a field goal, gets on the scoreboard right before halftime, changed everything. Come out in the second half, changed everything. That missed field goal from Ohio State. If you're an Ohio State player, how can you not go into the locker room frustrated that you finally got some? That was a good drive by them. You got some success on offense. You had an opportunity for points, and you didn't get any. You came up empty.
It did kind of even out, though, just so you know, because Miami had a drive very similar where I think they got to like the Ohio State 29, and then I'm pretty sure Carson Beck got
sacked.
Yeah,
I saw
it. Those two things sort of evened out because it really could have been 17-0 as well.
Yeah, and you know what's really frustrating? One of those, if Miami kicks that field goal, which they obviously would have if they didn't fumble the snap, or Ohio State makes it, that game goes over.
Probably, yeah.
Well, no, it was 38, and you get one more field goal, and it's 41. Yeah. So I did lose my best bet, unfortunately, but I'm not going to bitch too much about it. Hey, listen, you're a smart, clever, witty guy, but
you got to ask these days, Tim. You got to ask, man.
Yeah, Tim, you got to ask these days. He picked off saying brother or two in the playoffs. Miami's punter was unreal. Yeah, that's not the first time I've seen somebody say that. Who you taking out for ND though? Bama? Yeah.
Nah, I'm telling you right now. Here's what it is, bro.
Oklahoma.
It's fucking James Madison, Tulane. Fix the fucking tournament. They can't be here.
Yeah.
How do you watch these games and then watch Miami, bro? Miami was almost out. You know how close we were to not having this happen? Everybody thought it was going to happen. It was like a foregone conclusion that it was Notre Dame and not Miami. Get rid of these fucks, Tulane and James Madison. That's going to cost us this. That's crazy, 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 crazy. It's not the 12 best teams. It's not fair. I don't care. Give them their own tournament. A 2-loss fucking group of 5 team missed me with that shit.
Steak spitting. Yeah, that was very obvious. I don't know why I said Alabama or Oklahoma. Would you rather those schools play in the playoffs where they compete for the money? Yeah, when we had Drew on here, I thought he had a great idea. G5 has their own tournament.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Joshy boy from Tennessee just said it, and I agree too.
Yep. Trent on tech. Is he really? Is he really? Tell ND to join a conference. People keep saying that, dude. Miami didn't even play in their conference championship, and Duke was the ACC conference championship winner. They didn't make the playoff. I don't think joining a conference solves everything. Just going to say that.
Doesn't solve everything, but it's an argument for Notre Dame because if Notre Dame was in the ACC this year, they would have played it in the ACC championship game.
I get even with a loss to Miami.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Then why even FBS at this point? Every single guy would opt out in G5 tourney. Yeah. Well, what if there's
why are they even FBS at this point is fair. It's the James Madison doesn't belong in football tournaments with Ohio State. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Now you pay these guys and you still think they belong in these tournaments? They don't. This isn't fucking March Madness, Cinderella, George Mason, Winthrop, whatever. It's not that, man. It's they don't belong.
130 people on the Pickett YouTube channel. That's got to be a record. Thanks for joining. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page, like the stream. Also download Pickett, sync your sports books, track your wagers. Finally had a green calendar. Did you have a green month of December?
I had a green month in December. I think so. I crushed my bets. I have a parlay problem. I'm not going to talk about it here. We only got an hour, but tomorrow we're going to talk about my parlay problem.
Okay. Couple other games just briefly. Dago Pavia goes down. Iowa puts up 31 points. The game goes over. We lost our bet. That's okay. You can't hit them all. And it was never Vanderbilt. So I was pretty impressed by Iowa coming out there and just punching him right in the fucking face. You got to respect Kirk Ferentz in bowl games. You kind of knew that already if you're a college football fan. I don't think I'll be fading him because I think I would beat Nico Iamaleava when he was all that in a bag of chips as a quarterback in Tennessee when they played. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I quite say it like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was Iamaleava. I don't think it was, because wasn't Iamaleava a freshman last year? And they went to the college football play. You sure?
Positive. No. He may have been a redshirt, but he came in
for the bowl game. Then
he came in for the bowl game.
Oh
against Iowa.
He was like the hyped prospect for the bowl game against Iowa.
Correct.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "What's up, this Nico guy?"
That makes sense.
So it was always Utah. Great job. By the way, the over in that game, remember the total being 50.5, 51.5?
Yeah.
Sniff that right out. That soared fucking over. Michigan, Texas goes over. Great job. Another successful ARB bet. The haters are just, their brains are in pretzels. Do you see these? You got to look at these comments sometimes on my ARB betting tweets. They are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
People truly don't understand that I'm joking. But it is very funny. Duke and Arizona State. It was always Arizona State 3.5. I'm a little salty that we didn't get this money line.
Me too. It was brutal.
39-35. Stop Duke on fourth down. There's like 2.5 minutes left. Fumble on the first play. Come the fuck on, man. God, that sucked. But fun day. These are the great bowls. These are the fun bowls. This is what bowl season's all about.
We had good reads. Don't forget, dude. I'll glaze myself real quick because I think it might have been one of my best reads of the day. Utah. Easy button. Even when they fell down early, I wasn't worried. Utah, fucking easy.
Yep. All right, let's talk about these games today, chat. Everybody lock in. Tell us what you think. Matt Rule's an overrated head coach. Oh, he's so fucking overrated, Eric. So overrated.
At this point, though, everybody's coming around a little bit, it feels like.
I've been to 3 Tech games this year in LBK, and the red zone offense is what scares me. Can't be kicking field goals all game. Yep. Steak is eliminating the parlay problem in 2026. Love that. Parlay problem is just one leg from generational wealth, though. Very funny. I'm all over. Okay, Josh, dude, let's talk about it. Well, let's tee it up this way first. Let's go look at the picket splits. Again, thanks everybody for joining and tuning in on this fine Thursday, January 1st morning. Hope you had a great night. Hope you're not too hungover, but if you are, hair of the dog. I'll be meeting Steak this afternoon. We're going to live sweat the games. We will be on our Twitch channel and Twitter. So make sure you lock in over there. But for now, we're going to talk these best bets and see what we think.
Joey Dumps claims he's making an appearance, man. We'll see.
Let's go, Dumps. I need it. I don't want it. I need it.
I did receive a picture in a group chat of him smoking cigarettes on a balcony at 2 a.m. So
Oh boy. Well, he can sleep in. Second half of the Oregon game is my target arrival time.
Yep.
All right. Pretty 50-50. A little more bets and money on Texas Tech, a little bit more bets and money on Oregon money line. Sharps like this under. I fucked around with fading the Pickett Sharps on that Miami Ohio State under, and that didn't work out. Although got pretty close, but I'm not going to bitch about it too much anymore. Let's focus on this game. Steak. Going back to what we talked when we reviewed this, I still couldn't believe Oregon was the favorite. Kind of felt like the wrong team favored in my opinion. But there's something here with this Oregon team. There's something here. Feels like the books are respecting them, but the smart people, the sharp bettors are not. I've been listening to a lot of VSiN. I've been listening to a lot of sports talk radio. All the sharps are on Texas Tech. I am wondering if Oregon might be the most, or I shouldn't say most contrarian. They're not contrarian. The least popular bet. The least bet team of the day, if I'm saying it correctly. The total in this game, before I hand it off to you, is also 50.5. I'm a little torn like Natalie and Bruglia. What do you like in this game?
Well, obviously you've heard now that Ohio State lost. There's the trend of the teams with the buys losing in this round because Arizona State, Penn State, Georgia, Boise State, and Ohio State have all lost. So 5 in a row, teams with buys losing. I kind of think the theme of this tournament for me is going to be standing on business. I just have to do it. The business to stand on here is that I think Texas Tech is really, really good and maybe a little bit slept on just because of the Big 12 thing. I don't think anybody thinks there's a talent gap because, like you said, I think they have the most expensive roster in the country, or at least top 3. Totally fine. I don't care. Something I'm coming around to is the under. I'm coming around to the under. That's a play I definitely think I like, and I'm going to play under 50.5. I'm not expecting fireworks like that from Oregon. Again, this isn't JMU, and I'm expecting maybe a little too conservative of a game plan from Texas Tech. That's what's scaring me. So my favorite play as of right now at 11-11, make a wish, is 50.5 under. And my second favorite play is Texas Tech money line. It's not my nuke. My nuke will come in the next game to anybody who cares.
I thought about this under. And the reason I thought about this under is because I thought about Oregon's team total under. And I just can't get out of my head how they looked against Penn State, how they looked against Iowa, and how they looked against Indiana. And I'm just not the biggest Dante Moore guy. I like how he makes big plays when needed. He does. He can win games. I like Dan Lanning. I love their running backs. Love their running backs. I like their offensive line. I don't love their defense. I don't love their defense. I think it's Oregon's offense versus Texas Tech defense is the clash of the units, the clash of the strengths here. Who prevails? Can Oregon's offense find success against Texas Tech's defense? Because I don't know if I really fear Texas Tech's offense very much. But I think
you might regret saying that.
Fair, fine. But, it's also tough when you get outside of the Big 12. You start playing some different teams, some different talent.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a fucking great game. I don't know what to do before kickoff here, except one thing and one thing only. The theory, the trend, the system, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm taking Oregon first half because they have played a game since December 6th. I'm sticking.
You have to. You
have to.
Yeah,
now, this isn't as fun. This isn't as fun because they are the only team that is a favorite and not an underdog. So Miami got plus 225 on the ML and got them with 4.5 points. I'm not getting shit with Oregon. It's going to be even money.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take it for half of you. You might even want, if you want to get down on this, first quarter might be a good play too. Do whatever you want.
I just think when you look at these two teams and see that they've scored, Texas Tech has scored 43, 29, 48, 49, and 34 in their last 5. Oregon has scored 18, 42, 42, 26, and 51. Man, do I think that the game plan on both sides is to slow each other's offense down. I do not think it's to get in a shootout with each other and I just really don't. I could be wrong. This is capable of being a shootout. These offenses are both capable of getting into a shootout. I just don't think it's going to be that way, man. I think it's going to be fucking 24-21 type of game.
You could potentially be me with the Niners-Bears game.
I could potentially, absolutely, because these
same total too.
Yep, they have the capability for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you want to. Dante's has not been here before. I don't think you want to put too much pressure on him. I think you want to lean on that running game. The question is, will he find success? I think they will. I mean, Texas Tech D-line is nasty. Their linebackers are nasty. They're nasty dudes. Like Texas Tech Miami would be a fucking awesome game.
Yeah,
I'm going to
championship.
What?
That would have to be the national championship.
That would be a great one. That'd be fucking great.
Hilarious. That would be probably the funniest one I could think of.
I'm going to wait and bet this game live. I'm going to take Oregon first half, and I'm going to also play the game of if it's a low scoring first half, I'm going to take the live. I'm going to take second half over. It's a high scoring first half, taking the second half under. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, Curdy Flurry, but I just don't think BYU is that good.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that take that much.
Why?
I think BYU's solid, very solid.
They're solid. Yeah, they're not elite. They're not elite. But do you watch BYU play? They are limited offensively. Limited.
Yeah, when you say not elite, I don't think anyone's calling them elite. They're calling them solid. It wasn't like they had close games with them. They beat them by a combined score of 63-14 in 2 games.
I understand that. Texas
Even
Tech,
if they're mid, those are good wins. And BYU beat Utah.
I totally agree.
Utah and Georgia Tech.
I totally agree with you guys. BYU is overrated. New year.
Who the fuck is overrating BYU?
They're saying they should have gotten into the playoff. People are saying BYU should have gotten into the playoff.
Oh, I don't know if anybody was saying that with a straight face, dude.
Oh, you should look at my fucking comments, bro.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can say that with a straight face.
They were solid. The Mormons were solid. They're solid.
Oh.
They were not a top 12 team. So I don't put a lot of stock into what Texas Tech was able to do. Also,
Not a top 12 team, but they are a top 15 team, and Texas Tech absolutely had their way with them in every way they needed to.
Because they matched up perfectly. BYU's offense stinks. They don't have a real quarterback. They are limited. Texas Tech has a nasty defense, and they have athletes on offense. BYU doesn't have athletes. Terrible matchup.
Okay, but the style you just described that matched up so well against BYU probably matches up well against a lot of teams. They have
outside of the top 12
dudes on defense. We'll see. We'll see.
Outside of the top 12.
It might be the Texas Tech earns their respect game. I can't miss out. Just like I couldn't miss out on Miami yesterday, I can't miss out the opportunity to see Texas Tech prove.
BYU barely fucking beat Georgia Tech, by the way.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. And
yeah, barely.
Yeah, that's fine. They're 12-2.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you, brother. I'm with you. I'm
not convinced either of these teams have played anyone good all year. Well, Oregon played Indiana.
Well, I think he means beat anyone good.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking fair. Hard to argue. USC, the best win between the two of them, I guess. Utah. What's a better win, Utah or USC? Utah. Why do they ask that? Utah.
Yeah, Utah's a better win. Oregon winning at Iowa was impressive.
Yeah, 18-16. It looks better now that Iowa's capable of what they did yesterday, but oof.
The win would have been a little bit better if they won by needed more than a game-winning drive to win that game, if that makes sense.
Like, I gotta be honest, bro. I watched that entire game and I was not impressed.
No. Like Oregon, you can't go to Rutgers and score 52 points and go to Iowa and barely score 2 touchdowns. Like you have to kind of keep up. If you're capable of doing that against some teams, you have to be able to put up a little bit more. Go ahead.
And respectfully, do not sit here and tell me that BYU's trash, but Iowa's good. We're not doing that.
I never did.
Not you. I'm just want to be clear. Everyone's telling me BYU's trash.
I would probably take BYU against Iowa.
Yeah. Either way, any way you slice it, there's no gap between the two of them. A large gap.
Mr. Sunday, DK is promoting a buy parlay. Teams with buys in the CFB are now 0-5. Take the rest to lose. Oh boy, they're catching on, huh? They're catching on.
That can't happen because Indiana is, you know what Indiana gonna do.
Yeah. No, you're right. I
care.
Yep. Everybody has injuries, but we only hear about it from the fans of those teams whenever it supports their argument. But no, you're absolutely right. I understand that the top weapons for Oregon were down. Okay. Let's go to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you what I don't want to tell you, but I'm going to tell you it anyway. I am ready. I am ready to start the Alabama hate watch. With that said, are you having deja vu? Because we did this before against Oklahoma. I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous. But the only reason I'm nervous here, I wasn't nervous there because, everybody's betting Oklahoma. I was nervous there because I didn't think Oklahoma was very good. Tipped off by you. Turns out they weren't. I don't have that same concern. Indiana's good. Indiana's a good team. They're a well-coached team. They are a better team than Alabama. Better team doesn't always win. I'm a little bit nervous with how many people I'm hearing are willing to so quickly lay the 7 with Indiana. That concerns me just a little bit, but you're right. You're plenty of people out there taking Bama with the points. Plenty of people taking Bama out their money line. You're absolutely right. So let's just throw that whole fucking conversation out of the window and let's just talk ball. Ty Simpson seems like a nice kid, seems like a good kid. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. Truly do. Might even be a good quarterback in the NFL. He ain't ready for this smoke. He is not ready for this smoke. I hate that this game is in the Rose Bowl and it's going to be raining. I would love for it to be perfect conditions, but it doesn't make me think that Ty Simpson is going to perform any better. The game's going to get messy. The game might get sloppy. A lot of rest for Indiana. I don't like that, but I love me some Cignetti. What am I doing, Steak? What am I doing against Alabama today?
There's no wavering for me. I'm undaunted, as they say. Indiana -7. It's by a Billy, Indiana. Indiana is better. Mendoza is better than Ty Simpson. Indiana's coaching, and I'm a DeBoer guy, but it's not even really close. And I fucking will take Surratt against anybody that Alabama's got going on. I know someone's going to try to pitch me Jeremy Bernard. I know someone's going to say maybe fucking stupid ass Ryan Williams can have his breakout today, but Alabama has no explosive players. They have a 100-yard receiver in 2 games, a 100-yard rusher in 2 games. This is Indiana by murder. And I do think, to the people that are betting Indiana, I don't think they're factoring in watching the 2 teams play this year, just watching Alabama play football this year and Indiana play football this year. And they're factoring in too much the fact that, you just watched every team with the bye lose. You watched Ohio State lose last night, and now you're saying Alabama versus Indiana. It's raining. Mendoza's going to struggle. The moment's too big for him. The moment's too big for the University of Indiana. I just think there's too many reasons people are finding to take Alabama, and they have nothing to do with anyone believing that Alabama is a better football team than Indiana, because if you watch the 2 play, you simply know that's not true. Indiana's better. They're a lot better, I actually think, and I think they're going to beat them pretty well.
Respect a little shoot 'em up for keeping it at 100. Rare, complete disagree with Steak. Wow. Crutch, this is insulting for you to ask, considering that Steak's best bet was over 5.5 wins for Indiana last year.
I know that's what happens to these programs. They get pillaged. They get fucking pillaged. And then they get a chance to be in the playoff next year and not be competitive. It just doesn't make sense with the NIL and everything. It just doesn't make sense for 2-loss Tulane or 1-loss James Madison to be in this tournament and keep out teams like Notre Dame or potentially Miami. It makes no sense. You're watching it on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
Miami is every bit as talented and good as Ohio State. They almost didn't make this tournament, but it was never a question whether or not Tulane or fucking JMU was going to. I think that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to probably just sack up and take Indiana, but I need to do more than that. I think what I'm going to do is probably take Alabama team total under. Do you think that's a bad idea?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know, man. I just don't have a read on the total. That's the problem. I kind of like the over.
You do?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I kind of do, man. And then let me read this Nicky Gamble's comment.
If it's raining, the Bama would have the disadvantage. The Tide can't run the ball, nor against the Indiana run D. So Bama.
Yeah.
It should be noted, I believe Indiana is without one of their best defensive linemen. The guy hurt his knee, I think. High five.
I believe also Alabama's getting a very solid offensive lineman back, if I'm not mistaken.
Not Proctor, though.
Not Proctor. I don't think Proctor's hurt.
Yeah. No, that's not good. Just take Indiana Dodo Bird. Okay, thank you, Jabroni. Definitely an under game with the weather conditions. Yeah, that kind of feels a little obvious now. DGen Love did have a comment too, which makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate him for sharing it. Rain stops at 11, and there's a tarp on the field too. Copy that.
Love that. And then Squilliam. This is kind of what I feel like is becoming like what kind of public.
It doesn't worry you how hilariously bad Ohio State looked against competency. Indiana really beat them and plays the same teams. Could be scary hours for the Big Ten. Hey, sure.
I don't think it's scary hours for the Big Ten. Not today.
Okay. I think it's fair to mention. All right.
I disrespect this Bama team. I want to be clear. I took them in the beginning of the year. I was really high on them, and it's not like Miami for me because I've hated mostly everything I've seen from them, except with the exception of the Georgia game, and that's pretty much it. I guess the second half of the Oklahoma game, you got to give them credit, even though I really thought fucking crappy ass John Mateer threw that game away. But yeah, I haven't found Alabama to be all that impressive this year. I found Indiana to be incredibly impressive.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Let's talk about your Ole Miss Rebels, our Ole Miss Rebels, but you are loving these guys. This is your chaos team right here.
Yep. Got to stand on business again. I'm very nervous now that I realize this means Ole Miss has to stop Carson Beck versus Miami. Beck versus Georgia, sorry.
You know what Steak texted me last night as I'm literally about to fall asleep a little after midnight?
At least 6 drinks deep, that minimum. I just want to be clear.
You know what I had last night? You're not going to believe this.
Go ahead.
I had 1 Stella.
Wow. No, I'm not going to believe that.
I was really full. I'll
tell you what, man. I'm going to have to retire the espresso martinis. They just make me sleep awful. Awful. Worst sleep ever.
Do you know why that is?
I know why that is, dude.
Okay. Well, listen, I've been trying to tell you this for years. You just you just don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
carry on. I had one Stella. I went to a gas station before we went to my in-laws, but I ate a lot of food. I was already kind of full. I would have loved like a glass of scotch or whiskey, but they didn't have any. My wife's family's not big drinkers. And I was like, well, I got to get something. And I go to this, there's just a 7-Eleven and like a fucking, their beer selection was horrible. It was Bud Light, Mick Ultra, Heineken, Corona, Stella. Yeah, I don't like any of those beers, honestly.
Only time I like Heinekens or Coronas if they're Heinekens or Corona lights.
Yeah. Right. I like a Heineken Light. I like a Heineken Light. I like a Heineken Light on an airplane. It's really good. It's good plain beer. But Stella is shit. But I guess it's like slightly above. And I was like, well, her brother or her dad might have one. So
I don't think it's shit. I think it's mid. I think Stella's a little maybe like BYU.
No.
BYU's better than Stella.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So who's Stella?
Tennessee. Tennessee is Stella is like a beer that people think is like an above average beer.
Okay.
But it's right there.
Tennessee fans in the chat aren't going to like it, but I respect it.
Who's not going to like it?
We got some Tennessee fans in here, but it's okay. They'll be okay.
Oh, you better fucking be okay. Your team beats nobody.
At least they didn't go 4-8 like us.
Yeah. Beta Moretti, very nice. Not going to find it. Not going to find it at 7-Eleven. Anyways, I don't even know how we got on this. Oh, yeah, you're done with the espresso martinis. Ole Miss and Georgia, the dogs. I'm glad you're going to stand on business. You texted me yesterday. You were like, oh, no, there's a narrative out there that you think the college football gods are just going to want to happen, and you don't want to put your money in the way of it. And that narrative is the storybook rematch of Carson Beck in Miami taking on his former school in the Georgia Bulldogs in Atlanta in the next round of the playoff.
I'm sorry. I was wrong about that. I was drinking. I believe that game would be the Fiesta Bowl. I apologize.
Oh, okay, fine. Whatever. But it would still be the next matchup.
Yeah.
Carson Beck against Georgia. You feel like it's written in the stars.
It's hard not to believe that.
Even if that's the case, you got to like Ole Miss with the points today.
I'm taking Ole Miss. I have to stand on business, dude. I got to stand on business. It's January 1st. I'm not going to come out here and be a bitch on January 1st. That would be crazy.
You know what? That's my New Year's resolution. Be less of a bitch.
Yeah.
Be less of a bitch.
I think I'd rather lose standing on business than not lose being a bitch. There's a quote out there that's like that.
You can't. Is this a fucking Tennessee fan? When is the last time you beat anybody with a winning record? When is the last time? Notre Dame won 3 playoff games last year, brother. 3. I can't even imagine what Tennessee would do if they had to play at Miami in week 1. Now that we see what Miami's doing with these guys, taking fucking Texas A&M offense out back and whipping them at home. Just throwing Julian Sand around left and fucking right. Imagine being CJ Carr, freshman quarterback, your first game on the road in Miami, and you go out there and you claw back, you shake the nerves, and you lose 27-24. What would Tennessee do? The audacity to slander Notre Dame after they had the hardest. You will never see a week 1, week 2 schedule like that in your life. Cherish it. 2 playoff teams, week 1, week 2. Cherish it. Never going to do it. Written in the stars by Galileo himself. Yep, Tennessee didn't do anything. They don't do anything any year. We're going to stop pretending. We stop fucking pretending Missouri and Tennessee are teams that are worth this shit. Stop it. They just look good for teams like Alabama and fucking Oklahoma on their resume when they beat them. And LSU was awful later in the year, too. That meant absolutely nothing. Yeah. Anyways, you're right. It's 2026. Ole Miss barely beat Washington State as a 30-point favorite. Yeah, let's look at it.
That's fine, but they were in a 1-score game with Georgia. They dominated and beat Oklahoma. I think that game was at home, and they beat Tulane twice by a combined score of 90-20. Their only loss is Georgia. There's no arguing Ole Miss. They deserve to be here for sure.
Absolutely. I'm with you on Ole Miss. I like the under in this game.
Oof, I like the under. If you like the under, dude, Ole Miss has no chance.
What are you talking about?
Ole Miss has no fucking chance.
Who are you scared of? Gunnar Stockton?
I'm not. I just think Ole Miss has to put up fucking yeah, for sure. I think
Stop thinking that. Why do you think Ole Miss has to?
Let's talk the
Whoa,
last game.
whoa. Ole Miss was in a shootout with Georgia last time. How did that turn out? Were there 80 points scored?
Didn't turn out good, but
yeah, it didn't turn out good.
Bro, let's be real. Let's be real.
Okay.
Georgia won the fourth quarter 17-0.
Okay. And what happened? They ran out of gas.
Yeah, a moment like that could help you in this game, I'll be honest.
I'm just saying, you can't say Ole Miss has to score points to win. They scored points last time. They scored 5 touchdowns on 5 straight possessions, and they didn't even cover. So all I'm saying is, that's not the kind of game that Ole Miss wins. Ole Miss wins a dogfight.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Another hypothetical.
Gunnar Stockton was pretty much perfect. He had 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 5 incompletions, and they ran the ball 50 times as well for 221 yards. They really dominated them because Ole Miss ran the ball 24 times for 88 yards, and half of those were Trinidad Chambliss. Mm-hmm. And it's honestly hard looking at this box score to figure out how Georgia didn't win this game by more. They had no turnovers. Neither did Ole Miss. Neither team turned the ball over in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Let's recap, Steak. By the way,
deep quantitative, that's deep, and I like it.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining in on the Pickett YouTube channel. We really appreciate that.
Crazy. People are in here. Crazy.
Yeah, Pickett's, not only do we like the Pickett guys, we love the app. You guys should download it if you haven't already. Sink Your Sports Books. Good people, good app, and a W sponsor of formerly the Degenerate, now the Fake Sharps.
Somebody did tell me in my comments yesterday that it's an entertainment site and that I should post a real ticket, and I'm a scammer and a coward.
Did someone tell you that?
Yeah, they did when I posted my winning parlay. And then I looked at his profile picture. He wasn't a burner, which was surprising, but he did look like his parents were brother and sister. Did you just post the ticket? You should post the ticket. I'm not posting the ticket, dude. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, see, you're better at this stuff than me. That happened when I lost 5 units on Penn State, and someone said, you didn't even actually bet. And I posted the FanDuel $500 ticket. I'm just like, why are people so stupid? If you're too inbred to figure out that Pickett fucking links directly to your sports book, it's the most legit app of all time, why do I have to teach you? I had some guy chirping me last night at 2 a.m. saying, nice bet, you should sign up for AARP. Landon Jackson, this guy, he's an owner's box dude. He wasn't very pleased with me. So what's he mad at you about again? Because he said he said Miami, Notre Dame over Miami, right? I never said that. I said Miami. Real ones know that you actually never once said that. Nope. I always maintained my head-to-head matters. Miami should get in. It would set a terrible precedent. I was pissed off about other people, but I understand it's hard. It's hard to pay attention. It's hard to have comprehension and understand things. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. What's up, Slack Packs? One step ahead of you, QE. We got somebody working on it now, but it was January 1st. Me and DGen did make a commitment that we were changing the name January 1st. So here we are. Yep, here we are. All right, guys, let's recap real quick, Steak, and we'll be live to sweat these games out. If you guys want to join us, that would be great. Oregon, Texas Tech. I'm going to be. I like this look. Sorry, Ole Miss. Give it to me. Oregon, Texas Tech. I am going to be doing the trend. Let's go ahead. Hey, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. You ready for this? You ready? Green check mark, dude. Green. Better be green. Oh, it's fucking green, bro. Let's go. 2, because that's spread and ML. Miami brought the fucking units home. Next up, Oregon, first half. Then it's Alabama, first half. I know you don't want to hear it. They're going to go 3-1. One of them's losing. Hopefully it's Alabama. And Ole Miss first half. Can't wait for that one. Anyways, you like the under in the Oregon game, and you also for a spread. Who do you like? I'm going to take Texas Tech money line, dude. Okay. You're going to join all. I think they make themselves a staple in college football today. And I think they'll be here pretty often. You're going to join all the sharps. It's a very crowded sharp boat. You don't care. Nope. Okay. Isn't that primer? Oh, I don't know. Does Texas Tech say anything cool? Do they have anything cool they do? Like anything better than gig 'em? I hope they really do that. That'd be cool. Yeah, the Red Raider with the yeah. It's kind of cool. Alabama Crimson Tide, Indiana. Alabama Hate Watch starts today, right? All right. Indiana. Undaunted. Ole Miss, you like the over in that game. Ole Miss, I like the under, and I like Ole Miss. Ole Miss first half and Ole Miss spread. Can't wait, dude. Can't wait.
Can't wait to watch some football. I'm gonna have a nice Guinness. So halftime, you're gonna try to be on time. Halftime or it's long halftime. You should be able to hit this goal.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried about you being on time or telling me that you have to go do Zumba with your mom or
I got everything. I got everything out of the way.
Okay.
I got everything out of the way.
All right.
I'm gonna be there. What time are you gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there literally at halftime of the game. I'm gonna go to the Johnny's Field Station.
I'm going 1:30.
Okay, that's probably about halftime of the game, right?
Correct. That's my plan. 1:30.
See you at 1:30.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Have a great day. Good luck on all your wagers. Happy New Year. We will check you guys later this afternoon on the other platforms. Yep, watch party. That's what it's going to be.
There is a watch party, Curdy Flirty. You silly guy.
It's a virtual watch party. Join us on the virtual watch party. We'll check you guys later. Good luck today. All right, that's actually kind of funny, Andrew. You know ball. All right, we'll see you later.